Hey guys, Will from Tested.
Norm from Tested.
We're here to see the Razer Hydra. It's their crazy motion control peripheral. We saw it last year at CES.
They were playing Left 4 Dead 2 on it last year, very early. Now they have Portal 2.
It looked very precise, much more so
Portal
than
2.
Oh, Portal. Is that a big thing?
I think it might be a big thing. And you know what? They're doing something really interesting with the motion control.
I'm going to go check out Portal. Norm, you're going to go see if you can get some RTS details. We'll be right back. So I'm here at the Razer booth looking at the Razer Hydra. What this is a motion controller. It doesn't use accelerometers or gyroscopes. It uses a magnetic field and measures relative position and all sorts of crazy stuff. We're going to see how it works right now. Can you give us a little bit of a demo?
Sure can. So like you said, it's a magnetic field. It measures true position, true orientation, 6 degrees of freedom. The best way to sort of give you a good example is taking a cube and I go into this one-to-one mode and I can reach out in front of me and you can see how precise it can be. I can barely move. And you can see the cube barely move. We got a 1 millimeter of accuracy in positional change and 1 degree of accuracy in rotational change.
And you're demoing this with Portal 2. This is all, if you played Portal 1, then you know that you picked up a cube and it would just be like 2 feet in front of you and you couldn't control orientation or anything like this. So the Hydra is giving you the ability to twist, rotate, move, all sorts of other crazy stuff with the cube, right?
That's correct. We've made special custom content built around that. I can show you that real quick. So we have this scalable cube. You can pick it up. We need to get across this platform, so we can take it and just manipulate its size, make a bridge out of it.
So this is a special version of Portal 2 that'll work directly with this Hydra?
That's true. It's a custom content that can only be driven by the Hydra, and you'll be able to still play Portal 2 through its entirety with the Hydra as well.
Okay, awesome. And this is primarily designed as a replacement for first-person shooter controllers?
Right, you know, for a more competitive game, we have a slightly different camera screen. Like this one's a very organic scheme, it's very smooth and very casual, especially for Portal 2, it's a great fit. But for like a competitive shooter, we have a different camera scheme that I can't really show you, but I can demonstrate on a cube. Whereas if you rotate your hand, it's true mapped one orientation. Imagine that cube is your camera, and if I like rotate 90 degrees, your view would rotate 90 degrees. And you might.
So for games that don't support, I mean, this game looks like it's supporting independent hand movement of your orientation. If you're using a game where the camera's locked to the direction your mouse is pointing, then you would use a more kind of mouse-like control. Is that correct?
That's correct. In fact, the name that we've kind of been using is we call it mouse look because it's very similar to using a mouse and a keyboard. It's if you run out of wrist like you would run out of mouse pad, you can just what we call ratchet, where you grab the cube and it changes or keep its orientation the same, and then straighten your wrist. We call that ratcheting. You just keep going around.
Equivalent to lifting up the mouse off the mouse pad and scooching back to the middle. What exactly? So explain what you're doing with your hands. Your right hand, it looks like it's controlling the orientation of the cube. The left hand is, and you have 2 sticks and 4 buttons and a couple of triggers on each device.
Right. So for for movement, I'm just using the left analog stick, so you get this nice analog movement like you really love to do on the consoles, and now you can do it here on the PC with our controller. The right hand is not a translation. I'm not waving this thing around so if I can kind of keep my wrist straight as I move my hand, you can see we're not really doing anything here.
Okay.
So it's truly just an orientation change, and you can change, of course, sensitivity to whatnot. As you can pan the camera or the crosshair closer to the edges of the screen, we start camera tracking faster and faster and faster as you get close, and you just bring it back to the center to stop.
Okay, very cool. Okay, I'm usually really skeptical about motion gaming controls. Yeah, I was expecting more Wiimote kind of nonsense. This looks pretty impressive. They're seeing millimeter precision when you're using this magnetic device to do motion gaming. What did you think, Norm?
It's not just about precision, it's about where the games are appropriate for it. With Portal, I think with their SDK, they've modded it so it actually makes sense. When you're looking around, your cursor is not going to be always in the center of the screen. You're going to be waving around and moving blocks around. Perfect.
Well, and there's going to be special levels exclusive to the Razer Hydra users. So
that is
it's like free DLC if you buy this. I've got secret release date and pricing information.
What is the secret release date and pricing information?
It's going to be out around the Portal 2 timeframe and cost $100 without the game, $150 with the game.
So you can buy it with Portal 2, get bonus levels.
Exactly.
$150. That's a pretty good purchase. Also,
you saw StarCraft. You talked to StarCraft 2. Secret information.
I didn't talk to StarCraft 2. I talked to the guy working on the StarCraft 2 adaptation for this. You're going to be able to play StarCraft 2 with this Hydra. I am still skeptical because they won't tell me exactly how the controls will work.
We know what it's not. We know it's not radial menus. We know it's not gestures.
It's not gestures. It's still motion control.
Yeah.
He says it's not arbitrary, and what they have is something unique and
visual cues, but you can develop muscle memory
just as fast as hotkeys.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to replace keyboard and mouse, but I am intrigued, very intrigued.